Okay, Silver Wolf 999 just got V3 changes, and yeah, this is not a small buff. They actually made her way more consistent and way more broken at the same time. First, the biggest quality of life change. Her enhanced basic attack is now guaranteed to trigger 3 times. Before this, a lot of her damage felt inconsistent depending on how things played out, but now it's fixed. You're always getting full value. No RNG ruining your turn. That alone already makes her much more reliable. Now, the next change is actually insane. Her ultimate now only needs 60 charge. That is a massive reduction, and considering how fast she generates resources, this means she's entering her main state way more often. Her entire gameplay loop just got faster, and it doesn't stop there. All of her mystery box multipliers got buffed to 90%. This is huge because those boxes are a core part of her damage. This isn't just a small increase, this is basically turning every proc into a serious hit instead of just bonus damage. So her overall damage output, way higher. Now here's a really interesting change. She no longer converts ATK into Elation, now she converts speed into Elation. This completely changes how you build her. Instead of stacking pure damage stats, now you actually want speed, which also means more turns, more actions, more triggers, more scaling. So she becomes faster and stronger at the same time. That's honestly kind of crazy. Now, her talent also got reworked in a very important way. Excess charge now gets converted into crit rate, and once you hit 100%, it turns into crit damage. So basically, nothing is wasted anymore. Overcapping actually makes her stronger instead of being inefficient, which means her scaling in longer fights just keeps going up. And finally, her Elation skill is now a bounce attack, which fits perfectly with her entire design. More hits means more interactions, more procs, more overall damage. So overall, what did V3 actually do? They removed her inconsistency, sped up her rotation, buffed her core damage, and made her scaling even harder to cap. This is not just a buff, this is them making sure she feels like a true anniversary level unit. And honestly, if this goes live like this, she's not just strong, she's going to define the entire Elation meta. Okay, Evanescia V3 just dropped, and honestly, this one is way more mixed than expected. The biggest change first, Master Fox is now a follow-up attack, which, let's be real, this is how it should have worked from the start. It just makes more sense with her kit and the whole Elation playstyle. This is a straight-up good change, no downside here. But after that, things get a bit rough. Her ATK scalings got nerfed pretty hard, and in return, she got small buffs to her Elation damage. Not massive, not game-changing at first glance. So instead of being a raw damage dealer, they're pushing her more into Elation-based scaling, which sounds fine in theory. But in practice, it feels like a nerf unless the team fully enables her. Now there is a possible upside. Because her Elation damage can now take into account more certified banger stacks, the total damage might actually scale better in optimized teams. But that's the key word here, optimized. In normal scenarios, this probably feels weaker. In full Elation setups, it might end up stronger, but right now it's not as straightforward as before. Now looking at Eidolons, E1 looks weaker, pretty clearly. Meanwhile, E2 looks stronger, which honestly follows the usual pattern. Early Eidolons getting toned down, higher investment getting rewarded more. So nothing surprising there. So overall, what's the verdict? She's now more consistent with follow-up synergy, but her base damage took a hit, and her power got pushed more into team-dependent scaling, which makes her harder to evaluate, but also a bit less exciting at first glance. And yeah, compared to how crazy other units are looking right now, this feels a bit disappointing.